Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and on Thursday, President Trump signed an executive order that aims to protect free speech on college and university campuses throughout the United States of America. And as a result of this, you've got some offices in Washington, D.C. that are supposed to be checking colleges and universities on a regular basis to ensure that they are complying with this free speech executive order that was signed by President Trump. And if they're not, they then are in jeopardy of losing their federal research dollars going forward. So for a lot of conservatives like us, we're thinking, hey, you know what, this is terrific news that President Trump is taking action on this, citing an entire long list of instances where conservative speech has been completely stifled on college and university campuses, which of course are traditionally liberal. But not everybody believes that the action that was taken by President Trump yesterday was the right action. You actually have a woman named Janet Napolitano, who is the president at the University of California at Berkeley, coming out and saying that President Trump's executive order from yesterday was unnecessary, saying that college campuses are already ground zero for the robust exchange of ideas. Oh, really? That's interesting, Professor or President, whatever you want to go by, because, yeah, last I checked, there are a whole ton of instances that have been documented where you have had conservative students on campuses throughout this country afraid to express their political views in the classroom. Like even in a political science class, you've got conservative students who have been afraid to share their personal political views, to be able to participate in the classroom discussion, all because they're afraid that they're going to be the next student in a long list of students to get their grades docked. Not because they did bad work, not because they weren't abiding by the syllabus in the class, but merely because they expressed some sort of a conservative opinion that the liberal professor in the class didn't like, and he decided to punish the student as a result. We've seen that happen plenty of times in the United States, including in recent years. I mean, we have had instances where conservative students who are merely trying to share their conservative ideas with other students who come up to those students, solicit them, start talking politics with them, and you've got students with whatever, Turning Point or some conservative group, just sharing their conservative views in a totally peaceful, respectful manner with other students, and then you have those students being told, no, you're not allowed to stand here, you're not allowed to go sharing your conservative views here. I mean, you have even had instances on college and university campuses in the United States where you have had conservative individuals being physically attacked, being beaten by people, all because they were saying, I'm a conservative, this is what I believe. And it's really interesting that it would be this President Napolitano who's coming out and claiming that President Trump's executive order on campus free speech is totally unnecessary, because it seems that President Napolitano is forgetting that it was on her very campus. It was out there in California just a couple of months ago where you had a conservative individual beaten by some liberal who was angry that the conservative was expressing his conservative views in a totally peaceful, respectful manner on that campus. That happened at her school, and she still has the audacity a couple of months later to come out and say, oh no, everything's fine, no executive order needed here. I mean, come on. It is abundantly clear that college campuses, university campuses in the United States have largely become increasingly hostile to conservative students, to anyone that would express conservative views. And it is so refreshing to hear that we have a president in the United States who understands what should be a simple point that all understand, but at least he understands it, is willing to take action on this, that all views deserve to be heard, regardless of if the person's conservative, liberal, independent. It doesn't matter. All of us as American citizens, as law-abiding American citizens, have an equal right to express our views, including our political views. Bravo, Mr. President, for taking that action. And that's all the time that we have for today and for the week. And I hope you have the greatest of weekends. We are back on Monday. More of the John Muir Show, 8:40 a.m. WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.